on. Hold on. Hold on.
Why is that like
Hold on. And we're live. Alright,
Honestly, though.
alright.
We definitely weren't talking about anything.
Just think about it, Jazz, right?
that? No.
The crust of a Pop-Tart, maybe even sweeten it up a little bit. Yeah, have you had it? Okay, have you had a Pop-Tart with celery, Jazz?
No.
Let me tell you the chemical reaction that happens when you mix the two. See, Pop-Tarts kind of fucking dry. They taste like
True.
nothing. Like they're like just dry
That's why
as
you
hell.
heat it up,
No,
dude.
well, yeah, but you don't want to do that because it takes time, and time is money. Except when you're not making money because you're playing Final Fantasy 14. But that being said, look, the water from inside the celery, when you crunch on both the celery and the Pop-Tart, mixes with the Pop-Tart to like give it a moisture that it didn't have, right?
Are,
Makes it taste
are
like
we
a crack
saying we're
here.
like we're making a celery paste and like adding that into the actual crust, or the crust is celery?
No, so like Pop-Tart crust, right?
Yeah.
And then the inside of it is water
Okay.
with celery chunks in it.
Okay.
So that when you bite into it, it's not like dry. It's like juicy, but also a little crunchy.
But
And maybe
that
on the
would
top of it,
work,
why not?
because that's not how like moisture works. The water would like
It's like a gusher.
yeah. Well, unless
That's
it's like
different
like an actual gelatinish type thing, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
stay.
have it like a gel. Make it like out of
Make a celery
white
jam.
celery. You make like celery, like
Make a celery
gel.
jam.
Yeah, exactly. Make a jam using
Celery.
celery. That sounds gross, actually.
Yeah.
The celery
That's
jam part,
probably
not the,
what they
not
would
the celery
make
pop
it.
tart. But even then, let's say we do that, right? Celery jam. Drop in like a little bit of sugar, you know. Bam.
Well,
They got a
obviously.
healthy Pop Tart, unhealthy, and then you just taste it. And it's For whatever,
I'm good.
topping
I'll
you want.
stick to just not eating Pop Tarts in
or
general.
just do what Pop Tart does. Just don't put any frosting on it because fuck you. And then bam. Perfect. The perfect Pop Tart right there.
How about just the minis? Put it in your ice dispenser. There you go. And put it in a glass. There you go.
What'd you just say?
What?
It's one of the Pop-Tart commercials.
Because that actually sounds good.
Wait, what'd he say?
I'm pretty sure I've had iced Pop Tart.
No,
Like-
like it's just the Pop-Tart in the ice dispenser.
Wait, why would it be in the? Oh, it's the commercial that I see. No, what I was saying is having like ice with a Pop Tart is good.
Dude, the
I
the-
don't know what
the
this
win-
conversation is.
the
but I
winter
don't
edition
like
Pop
it.
Tart where it's ice in the
Exactly.
It's just
Dude,
an ice
put
cube.
ice in it.
Oh.
That's actually kind of sick. You know what'd be cool though? Okay, so hear me out. Better Pop Tart idea. Take a Pop Tart, break that bitch into 4 pieces, right?
Mhm.
Maybe 8, because it might be too big with 4. And then drop that in an ice tray. Put water in it.
Oh
Freeze them.
God.
Just drop it in whatever drink you're drinking.
Oh
You're
no!
pop.
Oh
Party
no! So you
Bro.
first you
It's not gonna
first you
melt the
drown
same
mini
way.
Pop
It's gonna
Tarts.
just become like water,
So-
and then
Oh,
a
that
soggy
that
piece
no, that
of
reminds me of the
Pop-Tart.
Oh,
curse like a hot dog ice cubes.
Hot dog ice.
Dude, no, you just like you drown a Pop Tart, it gets all soggy and then it freezes. So it's not like it's like an ice cube that has like a bunch of chunks in it. That is Pop Tart just like flakes.
Oh.
And it's like
Okay,
very-
wait, hear me out.
it's like soggy bread.
Same idea, in milk. But don't freeze it
No.
with milk. I mean, take the ice cube and put it in a glass of milk.
No, that's just watered
No.
down milk with soggy Pop Tart in it.
Exactly. You tell me you guys have never dipped Pop Tarts before.
Not in water.
It's the same. You
No.
dipped it in water?
Not in water.
Okay. Well, then if you do it in milk, though, it tastes better.
Yeah, in milk. Like, I'm fine with just like dropping Pop Tarts.
Also, come on, what do you drink? What type of milk, what percent milk do you guys drink?
I drink organic.
2%.
I don't drink it.
Organic.
I
Okay.
drink organic
Jason?
milk.
Jason, what percentage? Tell me the percent. Tell me the percent.
Doesn't
Go to
matter.
your fucking fridge right now if you have to and tell me the percent, Jason. I swear to God.
Usually we get 2. Usually we get 1.
2%, alright. 2%, check it. If you can buy a gallon of milk that's 2% milk, you can definitely, you have room for some Pop-Tart
I
water.
hate you.
Okay?
I hate you because I knew exactly where this joke was going, and I was gonna see how long you were trying to take to get there, and the wait wasn't worth it. It was a bad joke.
Good joke. What are you talking about, bro? No, honestly, I still gotta do, man.
All Tom's jokes are these bad jokes.
Dude, you laugh though. Don't even hate.
You want to talk about your other joke in your one video? That was a bad joke.
Oh
What
my
joke?
god, it was so bad.
The nail with the nail hammer. That was a bad joke. You know.
Which one?
Okay.
Oh, you mean the one where I bodied you? Yeah, no, that was a good video.
No, the video's good. I'm just saying with the joke though.
It was a funny joke, honestly.
It
The
was
comedic timing was on point. Because the thing is, when I felt like I rushed the comedic timing because I said it way too early.
Uh-huh.
But that adds the pause that it needs to become
funny.
like to get a little bit of build up, and then the joke, which is stupid.
But it
And
al-
then the after the joke with the stupid like, huh, get it?
yeah, and
You know the cross. And then the punishment
bro, this
after
song is
also makes it.
dude. It's a
Yeah.
Iwatodai Dorm is a chill
To
thing.
analyze that entire video, like frame by frame.
Dude, that makes me sad. That video makes me sad, but that's not what we're gonna talk about. Not right now, at least. We're talking about it later. But
I like
yeah,
the video where I body you. It was really funny.
there's more to that clip too, which makes it even worse. No,
Oh,
no.
you mean the fact that I won that set because you lost that match?
Yes.
Yeah.
I lost that one round, made me lose the match. In that first match, I bodied him, but as
Yeah.
soon as I made that mistake in the video, it was over for me.
I completely shattered him during that set.
It was awful.
It was great.
It was awful.
Mhm.
It was a good video, but ooh.
Dude, it was a good 5 hours of video, dude.
Oh yeah, and how's the editing coming?
I haven't
Non-existent.
edited it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're supposed to download it, but you didn't download it from the drive yet. You even have the fucking access to it and everything.
You didn't? Did you upload it to the drive? I didn't know you uploaded it. I thought you were waiting on me.
Yeah, I said I was gonna do it before I went to sleep.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. I'll download it then. Right now.
Yeah,
No,
go ahead, do
I
it.
shouldn't do it right now, but I'll do it later.
Mm-mm, definitely not.
This is somebody say hi. Have a good podcast. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was about to go to my actual drive, but I won't do that later. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, we made a new Google Drive where we can share clips and stuff that we record,
Yeah.
so that not everybody has to record it every time we do something.
Cause like.
And I got a new setup, so I can always record whatever we're doing
Mhm.
whenever we're playing games and shit. I got a second PC that I'm using now. That honestly is a beast, not gonna lie. And it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah. We a little bit of like he got the new PC, and then this week that was actually very active. We got a new bunch of games. It was like one of those weeks where like we got a bunch of games and we just been hopping back and forth between games. Like every day we
Yeah,
played.
it was summer sale.
Yeah, every day we literally played a different game. No joke.
Mhm.
Because on our list we played Risk of Rain 2, 100% Orange Juice finally,
Mhm.
and then we played Nitro Plus Blasters. And then Heroines.
Infinite Duel,
Yeah, and then we played a
DX edition
Then we played Final Fantasy 14.
for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, I get it.
Ultimate S. Ultra,
Mm-hmm.
featuring Dante from Devil May Cry
I
series.
hate you. Yeah, so we had a bunch of games, we cycled through them, and then when we were playing Nitro Plus, Sean decided to record all of it, which was nice, because there were some, like when we play fighting games, it's like, man, should have been recording, because it's like a bunch of funny clips and a bunch of dumb stuff, and I didn't feel like setting up like a stream or anything, but like recording it's like, I think better in like those type of scenarios.
Honestly, because the thing is, I had asked if we should stream it, and we both were like, yeah, not
Nah.
really. And then
You're
now
like-
that we've recorded it, we have a lot of content
Dude,
to like
it's
sift
like-
through.
Dude,
putting funny
it's
pop
so.
videos.
There's so many good clips in there because it's like this is the first time any of us played that game too,
Yeah.
and like
So
like watch.
you can see the evolution of our gameplay as
Yeah.
we go on.
Yeah,
Like we
and-
start off with what we know and like, haha, that hits that, that hits that, that hits that.
There's
that's
combos,
funny.
and it's like, yeah, no, it's like a great evolution. But now the problem is we have 5 hours worth of footage that we need to like sift through.
No, here's the best thing about it though, right?
Mhm.
Is when it comes to the game, how we played it like, you played it just figuring out the controls, figuring out how things work, figuring out the different systems of it. And then you learn assists, and then I learned combos.
With assists.
And then after we both had learned combos with assists and shit like that, and we had like gotten that all down, then I realized there was a way to double the speed of literally everything you could do.
by
by-
canceling.
Canceling. which
It's-
means better combos
And like the
and
there's
more
like
fun
there's just
combos.
literally like a cancel button where you
Yeah.
parry, or you can roll, or you can short hop.
Yeah,
Or
and
you
the
could do-
short hop crosses up with the opponents on the ground. It's great.
It-
Get found out.
It short hops you a little bit forward. It doesn't always auto cross up. It just moves you forward. And if you're close enough,
Oh yeah,
it
usually
crosses.
moves you forward, but if you're close to the enemy when they're on the ground and you do it, depending on the character you're playing, you'll hop over them.
Yeah.
And so like in the clip, we did things like perfect blocks.
There
the
was
things they call
one
vanish
match.
guards.
There was one match where, because as soon as you vanish guard, you have like immediately to do one other action, but it's for you and your opponent. So if like let's say I have vanish guard Sean, I can either push a button. If if I'm gonna take my turn back, I can push a button. It's like okay, mess him up.
Yeah.
But then if Sean like follows up the move with like say it's like
Or vanish.
or like, but you can also vanish guard himself. Like he can.
Yeah, so if he perfect blocks me, I can perfect block him after he attacks me, after the perfect block, and then he has to perfect block my next attack, or my next cancel, or whatever, or I can just perfect block again. It all depends on what you decide to do. It's kind of like a paper, rock, scissors thing, except it's not just 3 options. It's literally, what
One
do
of
you want to
the-
do? Do you
one
want to
of the-
fucking run away? Do you want to run past your opponent? Do you want to jump and then attack? Do you want, like, there's so many different options you can do, which is why the game is so much fun. And when we figured that out, the games went from like normal fighting game. You watch 2 people like play footsies, kind of run around, hit each other, do some hits, and it's
It's
like alright, cool.
basically a stare down.
It went from that to literally like, and like I said, this anime fighter feels the most anime to me. Like if there are moments that feel like Dragon Ball, where both people will like perfect block each other, and so they'll both dash back, jump in the air, and air dash at each other to attack, and one person will like perfect block. It gets really fucking intense sometimes. And it's a lot of fun. I love this game. We got it because of Funny Haha Big Boob Anime Girl
Because
game.
Super Sonico's in there.
There's Super Sonico's in it, you know, and Saber is in it, and there's a lot of different characters in it. There's a character from an anime that I like that nobody really knows about because it's kind of on the down low.
But it's
But it's really good.
hilarious.
And she's in it, and that's the thing is like there's a lot of different characters in it, and so we got it for the Funny Haha, but it ends up being like so far it's my favorite fighting game of all time. I don't like Fighters, garbage compared to that game. I mean it's not garbage obviously, Fighters is good,
Fighters
but
is-
it's a different type of game.
It's like this game. It's like so smooth, and
It shouldn't be this smooth.
Yeah, and maybe there's like this
Really
another
shouldn't.
maybe this is another level that we're missing that makes it like the worst game ever. But like, it's
I
like-
mean the things we watched, you said you watched like
I watched a clip,
a clip from Anime Evo, and it's like
Mhm.
that's the thing is it's we're playing on the level that some people play, and it's a little wacky.
The one
'cause
thing
we
the one
went
thing I
off
did
not
notice
knowing.
though is zoners are an issue in that game. It's like
Not really, not anymore. Not like I said. Once I figured out how to do perfect blocking,
I mean, yeah,
and
like
you could roll through stuff.
Mhm.
So zoning's kind of hard now. It's like there's like one character at the very beginning that we found out her ultimate was literally just a screen. Just the full screen gets attacked by a move that does a lot of chip damage, and in that game you can die from chip damage.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that was kind of stupid. There's no
There
like
was-
counter to it.
There was one one because of chip damage like that by using
Yeah.
that super,
Yeah.
and it does all, and
only
it's
then
like
find out.
it does a lot.
It goes for a long time, and even with chip, you're taking a lot of damage. You need a perfect block it, or maybe interrupt it. I don't know if you can or not. But you need a perfect block it basically. And we didn't know what perfect blocking was at the time, so once we learned it, it became a lot less. Oh, what the fuck? How do I counter this? And a lot more kicking dick. He hit me with his super cool times that I perfect blocked. So yeah. But yeah, in a game with the NA waifus, I chose a
None.
short-haired girl with a hammer. Yeah, which isn't very waifu,
no,
in my opinion.
but it's like very.
Mainly because she looks like she's like 12, but she has a fucking giant hammer. So you
Doesn't
know,
nail
DDD,
it.
let's go. DDD means.
No, it's
And Caden went for Saber, and that's cool.
I played a variety of characters.
Yeah, we other things. We didn't just play only one. We played both.
We all played. I think
We all played a couple characters.
we all
see
played
how
a
they all
couple.
work
We all
going
played a
on.
couple characters, and all of us we ended up all playing the roster at some point.
Yeah, I tried.
Well, not like
I
not,
tried
not
Sonic Bow.
each of us.
Stoner, she's weird.
Each of us didn't like play every character. Like we all like okay, let's try new characters type of thing.
Yeah.
And we saw what characters like
Yes.
oh like I want to play that character because I like how they play. And there's like characters like EO, like Sonico. which is weird.
No, she's not bad. It's just she's a zoner. I gotta. If I. The thing is, at the time as well, we didn't really know how the characters worked. We don't know how the game worked either.
There was
Seeing her stuff
there
was interesting.
There was one character who is like one of my like top 3 characters. I first played like first round. I was like, man, this character sucks. It's because I was doing the wrong buttons, and as soon as I figured out the right buttons to push in certain scenarios, she's like a good character.
Yeah, you were doing only heavy attacks. You're like, wow, that character's really slow. It's like,
Because
yeah,
how my buttons were lapped out, it was like light, heavy, then medium. Where I usually just like throw out medium buttons a lot.
yeah, my buttons are JKL, UIO.
Also,
U is the assist, E is the assist. Oh, we're playing keyboard. Holy shit.
yeah. So
Yeah.
funny, yeah. Since it's on PC and I like don't want to plug in controller, I usually play on keyboard because I am an advocate of playing fighting games on keyboard because I love them. Everyone called me, haha, that's stupid. That sounds cringe.
Yeah, everyone was like, that's kind of stupid, that's dumb, it's gotta be like shit. And then I hop on keyboard. I have a mechanical keyboard. I hop on keyboard, bro. Oh my
It changes your
gosh.
life.
It's like playing with a fighting stick. But it's not a stupid stick. You can you have control over your movement. It's weird.
hmm
But it's real fun.
It's-
I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. No,
But yeah,
it's-
it was nice.
yeah, it's amazing. It's like it's my favorite way to play fighting games now, with keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like, yeah, obviously it's like, ew, cringe. But like, honestly, I can get inputs like so much easier with keyboard because I have more control of where my if I need to be down, like if I need to do DPs, I can do DPs like pretty quickly. That's
Yeah.
It's like not hard for me. It's like muscle memory. The only problem I have with keyboard is doing full circles because when I played
Yeah.
Central Fiction, the character I like playing is Bullet, and she has full circles, which suck on keyboard. That's the only problem I have that I can see being an issue. But other than that, most
No, I feel you.
yeah. No, if I could, I would play every fighting game with the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an advocate
That's the
of
thing,
keyboard
it-
fighters.
It was crazy. I was like, that's stupid. That's bad.
Everyone called me cringe,
And,
and it was like, ew. I remember like the day it was like, man, I love fighting with keyboards, and everyone was like, dude, that's kind of cringe. We're not gonna lie. And I had to explain to them like, no, it just feels smooth and like more control. It's like, yeah, no, cringe, bro. And everyone just kind of pushed it off. I'm like, well, okay. And then we play this game, changes lives.
Yeah, it was. And the game was really. It shouldn't be this smooth. You know, the game was stuck in development hell for a while, so they ended up passing it over to a company that makes fighting games. And so while Funny Haha Waifu Game should have been Funny Haha Waifu Game, it's actually really fucking quality. It's so nice. I'm a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
No, honestly, we need to play more of it. I've been wanting to play more of it because we played it literally one night for 5 hours, and then we played that game so much. The only reason we stopped was because my hand was hurting. Like,
yeah,
I was,
both our hands were hurting. It was getting really. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning.
It was sun was up. Sun was up.
Yeah, sun was up. We were just trying to we stopped. We stopped. Like we started getting sluggish in our movements, and then
Not
the last match, we both kind of went all out again for part of it. And it was cool.
And then yeah, no, it was like yeah. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Nor was I trying to know where I was going with it. So I just started making noises with my mouth.
I see.
And I was like, it's like mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, my hand playing on keyboard does have its downsides. You get hand hurts after a long time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, you said something when we were playing that made me question you completely. Because you said your knuckles had started hurting, and I was like, wait, am I fighting against somebody who's using fucking gorilla knuckle tactics to play the game? Is he playing with his knuckles? Like, what the fuck is happening? And then he explained because his fingers are arched, they started cramping up. Or
Yeah.
whatever. It was just funny though. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean what do you mean your knuckles hurt? You fucking tapping with
Because it's my your finger knuckle, that's where it hurt, and then your knuckle to your palm, that segment of your finger, that was the part that was actually hurting more, was just that little strain. And I was like, wow, that hurts. I probably should stop playing here pretty soon. But like I said, it's like, oh, my knuckle hurts. And it's,
Just say you're throwing hands. That's all you need to say.
We were.
yeah. Hands were being thrown, the swords were being lasered, the
Hammers were being fucking
timed.
swung. I kept catching you with that one move once I learned it.
I don't know, I can perfectly...
I have a command grab that is anti-air. If he jumps at me, I can fucking fling myself at him, slam him on the ground, and then beat the shit out of him with a hammer.
it's
fun.
I know, if I'm in the air, he can grab me out of the
Jojo
air.
rushes the keyboard.
He can grab me out of the air, and then I can perfect block it, so it's not like an actual grab. It's more of like a hit grab.
Yeah, it's a command grab. But it's weird. But it's funny though.
There's air grabs in the game
Um,
too, which reminds me of Persona 4. And Persona 4 Arena, it's always fun just jumping in the air at someone, grabbing them and throwing them at the ground. It's just hilarious to me. I don't know why. So they like doing that in that game. Air throws are funny. They should be in more games.
Yeah.
Or not air. Yeah.
Also, yeah,
Air throws.
it was funny because I had told one of my friends about the game and how it's like probably my favorite fighting game, and he was like, "Oh, what about Smash?" And I clown on him a bit for calling Smash a fighting game, because it's a party game. And what did I say? What was my analogy?
It's like saying
Calling
Smash
Smash
a
a
fighting game is like calling Pokemon Snap an FPS.
FPS, yeah, first-person shooter. Because I guess yes, you are in the first-person like viewpoint. And you do like shoot. Technically, you take shots of animals or Pokemon. But yeah, so like while technically right, it's also not. And no, I don't know. It was interesting. But yeah, there's a lot of games that, like I said, I compared it to. A lot of things I don't like about fighting games are not in this game.
Like
So-
Blaze Blue Cross Tag, your health bar being melted unless.
Yeah, you get hit twice and with fucking auto combo and you're dead.
And then
Uh,
like a good side, like it has the same balancing as fighters, where every character.
Shut up, AC. Shut up. Snap. It is a first-person game. It is not a first-person. I mean, it's a first-person shooter. That's the thing. Is it technically is, but it's also a horrible way to describe the game. It's not meant to be a first-person shooter.
No, it's obviously FPS in this scenario stands for first person snapping. So,
Okay, you also do shoot a grab off the edge, but that's just. And you KO people in Smash Bros. You see what I'm saying? Like technically yes. Technically yes, you're right, but also
Yeah.
bad, wrong. Apple. Hey, yeah, no, I get it, AC. You throw apples at animals, and they're like, oh, it's fine, they love it, and then you fucking kill one, and they're like, well, we didn't say all of them loved it. We said some of them do.
but
That's
yeah,
fucked
no,
up.
it has the same balancing as fighters, where every character, like if they on the tier list, it's very like far and feel like, oh yeah, no, like the gap
Yeah, there's
between
like
A,
no bad characters.
like the gap between A and B tier is like detrimental. It's like every character is viable. The tier list is
So
like,
that's the thing. Is there's counters too, but even then, counters don't mean you can't win with a character. Like in some fighting games, you counter another character, and both players at the same skill level, one will win just because it's a better character to like fight with against that character. But in this game, it's like, well, yeah, there's like kind of like for example, zoners against characters that can't get in close. But like literally, if you know how to play the game,
yeah.
with my character, I can't really get in close, so Jason was kind of a problem because he kept zoning me.
I'm a
But then,
zoner?
you were kind of
that
doing
one
projectiles,
that
going
one
back away.
the one character,
Yeah.
the
The one
giant
character.
the giant cross girl.
Yeah.
No, not even that character. There's another character you played that has like.
Oh, the gun
well, that
girl.
character's definitely a stoner. But the gun girl that kept shooting me and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to like get close to you. Sometimes you run back, but if I get close to you, I can absolutely beat the shit out of you. But that's the thing though is, in this game that character technically counters my character. But when I played against Caden, I learned I have a move that's meant to get close to people. Even if I don't hit him with the move, I'm on the other side of him. So I literally side swap, and so it's like a full screen travel distance. It's nice. So even though there are counters, there are still ways to get around that. You're not fucked because you picked the wrong character against somebody. You're fucked because
It's not
Somebody
like,
picked
it's
the
not
character
like
they're
the
really
Street
good
Fighter
with. Like that.
matchup chart.
yeah, definitely. It's not fucking Pokemon type advantages. It's
You have a way to do it. Get through it.
yeah. It's that's gonna hurt you, but if you play it right, you can counter it, and it's fun. It's like Marvel vs. Capcom with what's the name? Fucking big dude against
But the
Magneto.
The Haggard.
What?
light punch, medium punch,
Which Marvel vs. Capcom game?
light
Oh.
kick, heavy
Fucking love that
kick.
clip.
Yeah.
It's okay. Kid, remember that one story about that one guy?
Yeah.
Like a dickhead who was taunting the entire time. That one.
Yeah, no, like Haggard, Red
When
Hulk,
he played against
Sentinel. That team versus
yeah,
Dark
he
Phoenix.
played, against Dark Phoenix, Magneto, and what's his name?
Cable.
Yeah, that team obviously countered, but also was able to get the comeback, the revenge. Yeah, I know Pokemon Type Advantage isn't a fit, but the thing there's some games where it does.
Like the Street Fighter matchup chart.
There are
literally.
some games.
Literally, the Street Fighter
Yeah.
matchup chart. If you don't know what the Street Fighter matchup chart for older Street Fighter games, you literally had a matchup chart where like your main, like out of 10 matches, you will lose 0 out of 10 matches, or you'll win 3 out of 10 matches, and that's where you pick other characters for like Chun-Li versus like E Honda. It was kind of example. I don't know the exact like game match last year, like ratio, but say like Chun-Li beats E Honda in that matchup, then what people who like played old school Street Fighter, they learned a character that beats Chun-Li, which was how Street Fighter was played. Like yeah, you pick characters that
Yeah.
you obviously have your main, but then you have your
pick
sub mains.
counters.
Yeah, you pick the counters to your counters. That's
You
it.
literally build a fucking team of characters you know how to play.
Mhm.
Yeah. So no, yeah. The thing is, and that's how like some fighting games are, where some characters are just gonna be really good against other people to the point where it's kind of like you can't do shit even if you're really good, unless you're like extremely better than the other person, or they don't know what they're doing. But in this game, it's and the thing like fighters as well is there are characters that kind of are a little wacky, but that's just because their power is strong. They do a lot of damage, or they have dumb bullshit abilities.
That gimmicks.
Gimmicks. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes them strong. But even then, in fighters, you could beat anybody else with certain characters. It's just you'll have an easier time with it. But it's not that big. Same thing with this game.
Yeah.
The counters aren't that bad as long as you
like-
can figure out how to play your character.
And there's like assists and whatnot, which covers like characters and whatnot. So
Yeah.
the assist reminds me of Million Author, which is another like anime 2D fighter game. And I like the assist system in that game. There's some really good assists, and then those assists are in this game too. I don't know. I like fighting games with assist characters because it's like I'm calling me and my homies to beat you up.
Yeah.
Did you like the Gengiki's assist?
Dengeki ones were
They were all right.
they were cool. I liked them, but like I wish I could have select 2 characters for assists instead of 1 character being 2 assists. So like the Dengeki, if you select 1 character, it has 2 assists. You have your like neutral assist and then your back assist.
And
So-
some characters have a forward assist.
Yeah, some characters. The one girl has an actual like super assist. I wish it was like because it's like you select 2 characters. You have 1 character who's your blast, which does nothing. From what I hear, from my bare basics understanding of the game, like there's like a small thing it does, but it's not like it's negligible. There's a blast character, which is just like you're wrapping that character and that's it. And then your assist character. I wish you could mix and match assists because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm very picky. I like the assist. The system in that game is good. I just wished it was a little bit more variety. Because Accelerator he has this cool dumb kick assist and then his counter assist. What if I want to use his kick assist along with the the one girl, the Russian train the mob, just there's the one I know what I'm thinking of. I can't there's an assist with a dude and he's running one direction and he runs away from that direction he ran towards with a bunch of things following him and they trample you.
Oh, the girl's friend.
Aiko's.
Yeah, the one where people said that there weren't any girls online. That anime, where he has the shield and he runs a direction and then runs back with a lot of enemies behind him.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Million
Yeah,
Author.
that's the thing.
Million Author did the assist system really well. I love that assist system so much. But the assist system in Dengeki was alright.
We gotta play it again.
Yeah, Million Author is pretty
That's
fun.
true.
We get to play Million Author.
I want to main. Yeah, I mean I should. I don't do woe zoners.
Yeah. I don't know if Sean has that game or not.
I do not.
You don't have that game? You know that for sure?
Correct.
Ah, I see.
But you should share account with Kaden.
I mean, yeah, but I don't technically own the game.
Yeah.
It's like
So
how
he,
Kaden doesn't own any games I have.
he can
shares
play
with me.
them, but he can't play
Yeah.
them with us. Well, you can play
I
them.
was
you
I
can
can't
them
play
here.
with Kaden, but I can play with Jason.
Not like own it.
Hmm?
He
I
has.
thought you were referring to they have access to it, not like you can play it.
Not like own the game, like you said. Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
don't own the game.
Yeah.
I don't own the game, but I can play it.
Mhm. This is
It's
one
like
that-
how, like that. I mean, shit. Kaden, what Switch games do you have?
What's
Name one Switch game you have that I don't have.
Super Mario Party.
Okay, yeah, I don't own Super Mario Party. I can go over to his fucking house one day and play it. Like, I have access to it. I can go try it out as a demo somewhere, maybe. You know, like.
Try it as a demo somewhere, get the full experience because all that game is very, very basic. Anyway, enough about Super Mario Party.
Yeah.
It's like what a better Mario Party.
Dude,
I-
you're right.
The one that comes
Final
out on
Fantasy
October
4
26th.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14.
So Final Fantasy 14 has a place called the Golden Saucer. Anyway, no, 100% orange juice. I streamed the game. That game's very fun.
It's really, really, like, what's the word? Oh yeah, fun. Holy shit, it's so fun. It's crazy.
It's a good party game. If you and a couple friends
Yeah.
need like, man, I want like a party game like Mario Party, but don't want to play Mario Party, or like
I don't want to play Mario Party for the Switch because it's currently shit.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Or don't
100% orange juice.
Yeah.
There are mini games too, but we didn't play with any of them on.
No, because we
Uh,
don't have any things that turn them on. Or yeah,
You do?
we have like the
We
boards.
didn't.
We didn't have anything like turn
There,
on.
there's modifiers, but
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, we didn't turn them on. We didn't. We haven't done the mini games yet, but there's mini games in there. Don't know if they're good.
I've seen them. I've seen them. They're things like like memorization minigame.
Oh.
Where you're timed. You only have a certain amount of tries. There's also
It's not like it's
throw
not,
darts at balloons and hit 3 balloons with certain icons, and you get a thing based on it. Like you'll get a win or stars like that,
I see. I see.
or a card. There's things like
There's
there's a multiplayer one where 2 people go against each other.
Oh, that's cool.
There's Wacka what's her phase with fucking
Marie Popo.
Popo.
Marie Popo.
Wacka Popo.
Wacka Popo.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Seems fun.
Popo.
Anyway,
Fuck her, dude. Anyway.
100% orange juice.
Yeah.
It's a good alternative to Mario Party, and it's really fun. And there's a funny story behind this game and why we haven't played it.
Yeah. I had the game first because Hayden let me know that the game was free not that long ago. And by not that long ago, I mean a year ago. The game was
A
free.
year ago. So a long time ago on Twitter, like someone I followed was like, "Hey, you guys should pick up 100% orange juice. It's free on Steam for a day." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I should add my friends, tell them to get this game." And so I did. Sean was like, "Cool. I'll download the game right now." I'm like, "Cool. I'll download it when I get home." And
And then we thought about it later, and I was like, "Hey, Caden, did you ever get 100% orange juice?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he checked, and he did not get it,
I didn't because I thought I did it from my
Uh,
phone, but I didn't.
which meant that I was the only one with the game, and you can't really party by yourself. I mean, you could, but it's just a
The
depressing
story
one.
mode. The story mode. Oh.
Shut up, story mode, bro. Story mode sucks, dude.
The story mode.
Dude, the thing about okay, Mario Party did it kind of all right because they kind of favorite things towards you, the player, slightly in the Mario Party story modes. For some of the ones I played, at least when I was younger, the ones that I was junior and stuff. But the story mode for this game, the only way to determine difficulty is your dice rolls and your opponent's dice rolls, and they don't care if you want it to be fun. That's all I have to say.
You either play with rigged rates or you don't play at all.
Yeah, because even on the easy difficulty, you still have like.
You get high. You get
Again,
better.
How many
rolls.
times, kid? How many fucking times was I playing the game, and I was like, I need a 3 to win. The CPU needs a 6 to win. Watch me roll a 2, and then I'll roll a fucking 2, and the CPU will roll a 6, and that's just the end of the game. It's literally so predictable with how bullshit the rolls are. There's a time where I needed a fucking, I think I needed
You
2
need,
to
like,
kill an enemy,
You need 4.
and I rolled a 1.
There's a part where you I need a 2, 3, 4, or a 5, and then you rolled I think a 1 there.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. And then I lose immediately after because the CPU rolls exactly what they need. That's the thing, is the game, it's so predictable with how they fuck up the roll that it's kind of like,
Yeah.
it's like whatever. I recently played a lot of the story mode because there was an event that was going on where everybody has pig noses because they've lost the will to live. And
That's not a joke.
Hayden didn't believe me. I
I
told him 'cause
didn't.
I read the fucking cutscene.
No, like there's an
and then I
actual.
read it. I straight up read it to him later. And he
Yeah,
was like,
no,
oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
yeah, you get a pig nose, you literally lose the will to live. And
Yeah.
the game is really fun. Every character, like,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of characters. They literally released another character, like, yesterday or a couple days ago.
Yeah. It was for the July 5th update. They released 2 new characters from one of their bullet hell games that has a character that Jason plays as, which they're railroad people. And so one's like an old dude, kind of looks a little sleazy. He's on some of the trading cards in the game. And then the other is a character that's on one of the other trading cards.
No,
He's like a cowboy.
and then, the game is a lot of fun. There's a boss
Yeah, you
mode
could-
where you and a couple, like, friends team up to fight a boss.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty fun. Like considering the fact, like considering what it is, it's a lot more fun than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, we had to grind that for the beach event.
Yeah, to unlock the beach event, we had to kill a JoJo reference 10 times.
Literally. Not even a joke.
Yeah, no joke. It's a seagull named Jonathan, and it has a Jotaro skin. Which is funny.
And you can unlock
But,
that skin,
yeah.
too.
Yep, by finishing the beach event, in which you kill a giant seagull
10 times. And win.
And then there's another event that unlocks a secret character that I was working on. And we're all working, or not really all of us, but
We're
Kate's working on as well.
slowly, because you have to have some like some other characters unlocked, which is a little bit takes a little
Yeah,
bit of
you need to
time.
unlock the 4 story characters. I I unlocked them all. We're not gonna explain how. But
Sean,
I unlocked-
after playing for 5 hours, decided like, hey, this game's fun. We're gonna play this a little bit more. Let me buy all the DLC.
it wasn't even 5 hours. It was like an hour or 2 in. I was like, this game's actually
Oh
really
yeah,
interesting.
no, because our first session you bought them all. I forgot. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I bought every single character in the game, which means all the DLC. Because it's on sale. It was on sale, so instead of buying it for like 100 something later, I just bought it for 40. To get all the characters that were out, except for the online bonus characters you can only unlock by playing the game.
secret
I
character, which
got
you
all
have to
the-
actually lock.
Yeah, you have to unlock. So that's the thing, is secret character. We need to beat 3 bosses after unlocking the conditions for it, and then you unlock another boss. And once you beat the boss once,
You
then
go
beat
to
the
its,
boss
then you
on
go,
hyper difficulty.
and then you go to a special
then-
stage.
Yeah, special single player stage. Then you beat the thing there, and then you unlock it.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I unlocked the characters, so it's been fun switching between them all.
Each
A lot of them
character,
have cool VAs,
each character has like unique
Uh,
abilities. That's the the bonus of getting
having more, yeah.
Yeah. Each character has like, a
Is,
unique
like-
ability, and then
Like Hoon's character that he plays can choose, if they get the hyper card, which is just, there's 8 hyper cards in the deck. Basically, you draw cards from a deck, and you can use them. But the hyper cards are always going to be the ability that you have, unless stated otherwise. And so Hoon's lets him roll double for rolling, attacking, or so movement, attacking, bonus squares, and defending.
Mhm.
And so he becomes a fucking monster on one turn. It's
and
wacky.
he has a high evade stat, which makes him
Mhm.
impossible to kill.
Like, no hard to hit. Or like my character, for example, who's meant to kill people. I literally can't win any other way. I need to kill players or enemies.
Mhm.
And my ability, I get to set out 3 to 5 bombs on the map that nobody else can see but me. And if they land on a square with them, they explode and go down to 1 HP.
Jason throws a
Which is real
missile
fun.
at people.
Just throws a missile that kills people.
It's,
Because if he's so, it's his ability. What is it, Jason? How's the ability work?
If I kill someone, I get 2 wins.
Yeah, but how much damage does it do? It's based on your level, right?
It's based on my level, yes.
Yeah, so most characters have about 5 HP. That's like the standard default, I guess. Some characters have 4, some have 8. But Jason's character can just straight up throw a missile based on his level. And when he's late game at level 5, he just throws a missile and it kills. It just kills one people. There's rarely a time. And there's like rare there's characters that'll survive that. So
this game
he
is
just
very
dies.
fun. That's why we streamed it. Like we
Yeah.
literally played a couple matches. Like we need to stream this game, so that's why I streamed it that one day.
Mhm.
And then my character, the character I play as, is the protagonist. My special ability is the protagonist privilege. Whenever I engage a battle, I attack, and then they can attack me back.
Yep. He gets to just attack people without us responding
Yeah,
to it.
see, they can't
Real nice.
counterattack, but then they can just like attack me. So
Right, yeah. So, and there's even like, so the thing is, there's a lot of different cards you can have, and the way it works is everybody collects their own cards, and then before the game starts, everybody puts 9 cards in, or 10 cards in that they want to go into the game. And then all those cards get shuffled together into a deck of 40, and they add 8 hyper cards that get shuffled in, and then, if you run out of cards, it takes all the cards and reshuffles them again.
it's like
But,
it's like say if you have like one really good card, it's like, man, this card is really broken. I hope no one else gets this card. Someone else can literally pull that card.
They can
from the
just
deck.
pull it. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, everybody shares their cards.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I have a card that lets me heal before a battle. So if somebody goes to attack me and I'm at 1 HP, I can just be like, call an ambulance, but not for me. Use that card, and I'm at full health, about to attack after they hit me once, which is real fun.
I have a card that
But they can
changes the
also get
dice
that
you
card.
roll, but I never got that card in that board game. I've only got it in like boss mode.
Which card?
The 0 to 7 die.
Oh yeah. There's a lucky 7 die that gives you 0 to 7. Great
And
roll.
every time I don't pull it in the board game, I only get it in the boss mode. Because Jason gets
Yep,
it and then
Jason-
throws it
Jason
away.
gets every other time.
And then
he
Jason
throws
got
away,
one.
he doesn't- Yeah.
So
I haven't gotten one of those yet, but there's different card packs. There's like 8, I think, if you count DLC card packs. And even though the DLC is just you buy the card pack DLC and then you have to get the pull from it using stars that you get when you play the game.
yeah.
Yeah, it's been real fun. There's a lot of wacky stuff you can do in it. There's a bounty mode as well.
Which
it's like
is
a quest. It lasts fucking forever, but it's cool.
it's a really cool mode, but I think when we started it, like we weren't like, because like we were
Yeah,
like on,
we weren't-
we were on a mission to like do things, so like we weren't trying to like
Yeah.
waste time. And so we did
Yeah,
that.
we want to get pig noses, and you get pig noses by killing players.
Yeah, and that
And
mode
so-
wasn't really worth it.
You kill players, but it also lasts 8 hours, so.
It lasted like 50 to 60 turns when a normal game lasts like 20, 30 maybe.
You're 30, yeah.
And then that just lasted forever. And then it just sucked. Oh, it depends if you feel like it, but you'll buy it. Dude, it's on sale right now for like
Yeah,
$2.
it's in sale ends on the
$1.50.
8th.
yeah.
It's, yeah, $1.60 something.
And it ends tomorrow morning. So like it's on sale like right now for like $2. And it's a
Yeah.
really fun game.
Yeah, and if you get it, you can join probably a stream if we play it on stream again.
We're definitely playing on stream again. We just don't know when because we have literally a
That's
bunch of
it.
us.
Aiden streams.
Oh, definitely.
Well, then if not, I'll stream.
If-
I
Sean,
literally have the setup now.
or we c- or you
All I
could-
need is
or we can just say in
internet.
Discord.
talked. Yeah.
Is your net still out?
Yep. Yeah, it's 174. That's how much it is.
I don't think
Or if you want to buy the 4-pack, it's $6. And that means you can invite people to
Yeah.
play with you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then
It also has a cool thing where if you buy other games made by the developers, you get bonus characters.
yeah,
So I have all of those bought. So I have all the bonus characters. And Caden shares Steam accounts with me. So he has all those bonus characters, but he doesn't have the DLC one. that I bought.
tomorrow morning, 9 hours from now,
Mm,
you have 9 hours.
yes, 9 hours to decide whether you'll buy it for $2 or for 7.
Yeah. But it's a really fun game, and I'm sad. Not really sad. Kind of sucks, since Sean and I are family and we share accounts. Obviously.
Yeah, we're
Um,
bros. Or cousins or some shit. I don't fucking know.
we share accounts.
E-girlfriend. That's what it is.
But I don't get the
Get
DLC.
over it.
I don't get the DLC.
Nah, so he doesn't get all the characters I have.
No, for some reason.
I do though, so. No, it's because I got the game for free, I'm thinking is why.
Yeah, which is weird. I don't. That's kind of weird.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's alright. It's whatever. I don't need that. I have my protagonist character. I'm fine.
Mhm.
Who says Jason says looks like a female?
When you
Whoa,
Put him
when
in
you
cow
found the
fit.
cow suit.
Here's the
And
tip,
you
guys.
thought it was too.
If you ever
Very
want to
good.
woo Jason, just put on a cow onesie and he'll definitely fall for you. He'll be like, holy shit, you're cute as fuck. And he'll be like, yeah, I'm a guy. He'll be like, oh.
Literally, who thought your character was female, Caden?
I just have a curse
Yeah.
that anytime I make a character, they just look feminine,
Feminine. It's great. It's funny.
and it's a
Oh, yeah.
and,
No,
and it's a meme now. So in
Yeah.
this new MMO we're playing, I purposely made a character that was not like supposed to look feminine, but kind of looked feminine. But
Yeah, so we started playing Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, finally.
And so what the fuck is that meme you sent me? Apparently, that's not an actual quest, is it?
No, 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 no. No, I don't think. I hope not. I hope
Fucking
not.
the regalia, let's go. No, so we've been playing Final Fantasy 14. We just started it yesterday, and I am a cute cat girl. Jason is a dragon girl. Hoon is a dragon guy who's like 8 fucking feet tall, and Caden was a dragon boy, because you know, dragon boy hunter.
But I don't.
But he didn't like how his character looked,
No,
so
no.
he is now a feminine cat boy.
Who
so that's-
might become a male bunny.
Yeah, because they're adding they're adding male bunny races,
November.
and you do level 50 to get the race swap. So my goal might be to become a bunny girl.
If you become a bunny
I'm
girl,
not sure how to
I
do
won't
that.
become a bunny. I'll stay a cat boy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be a bunny girl, if I want to switch, make a new character.
Yeah.
Eventually.
No, that game's like, we literally played it before stream, and
I'm still on it.
you Jason's still on.
Yeah.
He's not really catching. I made a new character today because I just like the character I made, and like the reason I didn't stick with the Dragon Boy is because I don't like how any of them look, and I don't. And,
He's
like,
racist.
No, I just like
Mainly
the,
him.
like the faces just look off to me, and like I don't like their faces, and it's like one thing. I just don't like the design, I guess. And then I don't,
Yeah.
and I don't play female characters in games because I just don't.
He doesn't like being cute.
Yeah, I don't.
So he picked cute guys to play as, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was fun. I grinded out to level 18 on day 1. So I want to get level 20 so I can get mountains so I can go to where Jason and
He
Caden
played
and Hoon
for
are.
6 hours.
But Hoon is where I am, so I don't have to go for him. And I already have an
is he?
airship pass, so I can go to where Jason and Caden are. Yeah.
I made a new character, and I'm almost back to where I was yesterday. After like 3 hours worth of stuff, like a couple hours worth of stuff, so not too bad.
Alright, AC. Sounds good.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I just had to spend more time in it, and that's it.
Yeah, I finished my like starting area quest, so I'm now vibing. I met the Queen of England when she was younger, and gotta be honest, dude, don't like her. She's kind of bland. So that's who I met during my thing. But I already met one of the other world leaders, and I'm on my way to go meet the third.
Mm.
But I want to be a bard so I can play music. That's like the whole point of a bard. But I also want to be a dragoon because I want to fight things with spears. So I'll definitely do that later.
I'm sad. Earlier today, my bracelet broke.
Damn.
Like,
We live in a society,
it was
bro.
like this leather one I got. It was a gift from Hawaii. I'm sad.
What's the stats on it?
I don't know.
We can always take it to a repair smith and they'll repair it for you. It only costs a couple $100 gil.
I
Be good.
wish. I don't know. I'm sad it broke.
That's
I knew it's like an old one too, so I knew it was gonna break eventually. But I'm sad it happened today. It just sucked.
Yeah, today of all days.
Literally, it was like I'm back. I had to go. I have a dentist appointment where I'm at right now. I forgot about it, so I had to go back for my dentist appointment tomorrow. And I packed a bunch of clothes and stuff, and I threw them in a bag, and that bag got soaked, and then whatever was in that bag stained some of my white clothes. So I had to throw those in the washer. Luckily, the stains came out, but I was like, well, my clothes are all soaked now. I have to go start the washer, and then my bracelet broke. I'm like, ah. But it's whatever. 'Tis life. But I guess we kind of skipped one game that we played. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed. But
The Genshin event where you select the boss difficulty. Yeah, no, that was really cool. I definitely enjoyed that.
no, that mode is generally like
Uh,
a little bit on that. That mode is generally fun because it's actually challenging and a little hard. Not gonna lie. But
challenged and a little hard. Sounds like so.
sounds like you.
memes aside,
So,
I think the game we were talking about was Risk of Rain 2.
yes, that was such a
Um.
dumb joke, man.
And you're the
Thank
one
you.
that went along with it.
You laughed at it.
I did laugh
No.
at it. It doesn't make me any better, but it was,
Yeah,
it was
it's
dumb.
stupid. It's the dumbest shit I could have said. But anyway, memes aside, no, Risk of Rain 2, man, that game is fun. I finally got it. Somebody else offered to buy it for me, so I'd play with them. And I was like, nah, fam, I'll buy it. So I bought it for myself. And it's a really fun game.
It's fun. It's a nice, like, do I want to, like, not mindlessly play. It's like a good, like, sit down. Do I want
It's been like a couple hours
Mhm.
playing through some runs, and then you do, and it's like, that was fun. That's it.
to? Yeah,
That's the experience.
that's a fun game. I enjoy it a lot. I don't know. Let's go.
I unlocked some difficult stuff recently. I was hoping people would carry me online, 'cause I'm not the best at that game. I'm still learning. So when they got the game, I was trying to teach them the little knowledge I knew to explain some things. And I got most of the things down, I think, so far. Like, I haven't seen any contradictions anywhere online. But, I have them playing on Drizzle, just so they can learn the game and learn the items first. And then they can go for, like, monsoon runs later. When I was introduced to the game, I was told to play on the hard difficulty no matter what. Because that's the way the game is meant to be played. But, like, I don't have any fucking clue what's going on, so I just died a bunch and didn't do
The
anything.
person who told him that is that type of person that always playing hard difficulty.
Well, it's the thing, though. It's not just that, though. It's not like... 'Cause it's more of a community thing. People say you should play on the hard difficulty anyway for that game. 'Cause the way the game is actually meant to be played. It's supposed to be a hard game. It's supposed to be easy. But, like that being said, it wasn't a good learning spot. I didn't learn anything from that playthrough. I saw somebody stand there and do nothing for like an hour, and that was fun. Because they had like shields that would kill things when they walked near them. And they would out heal the shield, like the damage. It was weird. But, no, so yeah, I've been having them play on Drizzle difficulty and teaching them stuff. But I recently played on the hard difficulty and hoped people would carry me through the final boss so I can unlock an outfit for a character I was playing as. And round 2, somebody died, and I was like, oh, that's scary. Round 3, I was the last one alive. Or it might have been between round 3, we went to the vent area where you like free the fucking, what is it, Multi? Is that the robot name? Yeah, no, Acrid, that's his name. You free Acrid from the vent area. And somebody died there, and so he left. And then round 3, I was the last one alive, and I was able to survive somehow. And then round 4, I was the last one alive, and I was able to survive somehow. And then round 5, one other person survived. And then the final boss fight, somebody died immediately. The Japanese player I was playing with died at the first phase of the boss fight, and then I beat phases 1 through 4 by myself, and then exfilled. So, yeah, I somehow got the outfit. And it was cool, you know. I haven't had the best luck with it. Like I said, I'm not the best at the game. But I've been unlocking stuff, and it's been real fun. I was only missing one item, and I think I got it with Jason. It was the,
47 leaf clover.
No, 47 leaf clover was... That's one of the items that we got. That fucking item sucked to get. You have to go 20 rounds without dying. And that means you're gonna have to deal with a lag, because there's just too many enemies at that point. Yeah, no, I got that with Jason. But there's the other item was the mountain trial one. Where you had to do 2 mountain trials and then win the teleport event. But yeah. And that was pretty cool. It was fun unlocking stuff. Got all the characters. I'm unlocking abilities now. Some of them are hard to get. Like Mercenary, fuck that guy. Dumbass, stupid ass, beat a prismatic trial without taking any damage. Yeah, fuck that. But, I might have an idea of how I'm supposed to do that, but if not, then I don't know what to do. It's a little tough. But yeah, they have mods for that game which are cool, like Goku and Vegeta, and
That's cool.
Templar, or Crusader, and Drip Goku. So, I gotta play some of those soon.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game. It's a fun, like, little mindless game. I don't know. It's not mindless. I just...
It's like zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like zombies, where you play it and you go through like a bunch of rounds and you lose. It's like, all right, that was fun.
Speaking of zombies,
further.
they announced the next perk
July.
and
Yes.
and the release date. Yeah.
The release month at least, not the date. They just mentioned that the new map, My Order Toten, is going to be released in July, which is cool.
I think it was like,
I like
I
that.
thought it was the 15th because they also released the Wonder Weapon too.
I didn't see the Wonder Weapon. All I saw was that they mentioned it was going to be in July sometime.
I didn't see what it looks like, but I heard the name.
Oh, what's the name?
Cerberus.
Cringe. I mean, that's cool. Isn't that already weapon?
I think it was like the Pack-a-Punch like blunderbuss from Mob of the Dead.
Gotcha.
I'm not sure though. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I mean, there's the one thing I do want to talk about. It's the last thing I added in the podcast topics.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
What are we missing? Anything?
Body.
Caden's a big stupid dumb. We did that. Genshin Invent. We talked about that for a second.
It's
Talk about Sell Your Pop Tarts.
that's what we started the podcast with. It was literally
Nitro Plus. This Green 2, 100% orange juice. Final Fantasy 14.
also yeah. Since like we did a smart for once. I was like, we should make a channel where we write down podcast topics so we know what to talk about throughout the week.
That was but yeah, whatever.
You start writing down. I was like, man, maybe we should like have a channel where we can like all.
That was literally my idea. What are you talking about?
I said, I was on your part to
And
make the
we literally
channel.
pick top the day before the podcast.
No, it was
We don't do it throughout the whole week.
No, but the idea for the channel was literally, I had mentioned it, and you're like, yeah, it's a good idea, and we did it. And I made it, and I'm like, what do I call it? Couldn't think of a name. Asked for the name, and we named it Podcast Topics. We did it last podcast,
I thought I brought
or
it
the
up.
podcast before. No, I was like, actually
No,
here.
you're the big stupid kid.
So I was about doing like a Google Drive or something like that. I was like, no, I don't really want to do that. We can just do a channel. So we did that. I copied Epic Gamer, moved it up, and then renamed it.
Yeah, I guess.
Jazz was here. Maybe Jazz will know, unless Jazz is asleep.
Because I thought how it went in my mind. I was like, oh, Sean, do you want to write down these ideas? Like, man, maybe we should just make a Discord channel for it.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
like that.
speaking of guys, how's the background? New background going out?
Your background.
It's not
You mean the podcast background?
podcast
My-
background.
the one I'm
Yeah.
working on? It's coming on. It's going on. I actually have character designs. I'm working on them roughly,
that's cool.
but I finally have an idea of how everyone should look.
So
In my perfect world, everyone looks the same, and they're just blobs.
everyone is stick figures.
No, like
That's how everybody-
like that's the thing. It's like I don't know how to like, kind of, like how everyone should like look, like an ideal like OC type of thing. I don't know how to call it.
Dude, die protect.
Well,
That's why.
I
That's
get
the
that. I
problem, bro.
get that.
Just make me hentai protect.
No, so I know I get that. I got yours and I got Jason's and I got Jazz. Only problem, I just couldn't think of like one for mine. I didn't like do generic anime person, but I kind of have like.
Do you not have an OC?
I don't know.
What's your persona?
I don't-
What's your persona?
I don't have one.
Yeah, you do. Fucking quit lying, bro. Just go around podcast. Talk about it all the time. That one fucking furry party you went to?
No.
That one guy like puked on you? He had to fucking replace your $8,000 fursuit. Memes aside.
No, I just like. I like design. I like designing things, and the problem is like I like intricate designs, and so when I design things, I like everything being like very complex and intricate. So,
Ah, fuck! I'm stupid.
Yes, you are.
you good?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
You sound like you're about to cry.
going.
You good?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I feel like he stabbed himself with something on accident.
I'll be right back.
Are you?
I'm gonna get a band-aid real quick.
That was off and off.
He did stab him. Did he? Oh, that's funny. Anyway, I guess we can talk about the big news of the week.
What is the big news of the week?
the not really big news of the week, but just kind of like big news they made on Twitter. Besides that, Dragon Maid season 2, episode 1 came out today.
That's sick as fuck, bro.
Apparently, this is going to be an unaired episode of the Blu-ray. For it.
Yeah, I think that was the same with the first one. They had a bunch of like side episodes that weren't like part of anything, but they're like little side episodes.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, but yeah, season 2 is pretty. A lot of people were complaining about it because of the new Dragon Girl, but it's whatever.
Dude, you know, I've been seeing a lot of people complain about actually recently. And it has.
No, that it's like
It has to do with
the last topic. That's what the.
No, not even. Something else completely. I keep getting recommended for it. I don't know why. I have an assumption why, but even then, it's still like the timing of everything is really funny because it has to do with Sea of Thieves, Pirates of the Caribbean. A lot of the actors for the movies are like, yeah, no, this last movie should have Johnny Depp in it. Like, you should finish off Captain Jack Sparrow's story. Like, because you can't do a side story without him. He's the main character. And it has to do with the whole fucking Amber Heard thing.
That was like.
With,
that like.
no, but it's not just that, but because of the whole Amber Heard thing, people were like, yeah, no, it's fucked up, he should get his spot back, because everybody knows that she's a lying person. She lied about, like, all of it.
All made up.
And tried to ruin his life.
Did ruin his life.
She's actually the abusive one. Yeah, he lost his fucking...
He lost his job. He
lost his acting positions and fucking...
He had a bunch of positions. He had a bunch of acting positions.
What's that Harry Potter spin-off?
Fantastical Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, yeah. He was a professor in that, something like that. He lost that position. He lost Jack Sparrow. Because people were like, oh, he's abusive, we gotta get rid of him. Only to find out that it was all fucking false. Well, Amber Heard was an Aquaman and got how much money? Like 8 million for it or some shit? She was a top paid actor in that one.
Yeah.
She also got 7 million from the lawsuit with Johnny Depp that was false, and she said she would donate it all to charity, and she donated none of it to charity. Real cool person she is. She was put on the UN board of like abuse victims or some shit like that. The United Nations. Shit's wacky, bro. And then the video came out with her a while ago of her basically saying that yeah, she lied, but nobody would believe Johnny Depp if he came out and said that she abused him.
Yeah, no, it was like everything
up.
she said, like everything she accused Johnny Depp of was like the opposite, wasn't it? It wasn't like it's like and I was like no, it's messed up.
But the reason I'm bringing this up is because after the Sea of Thieves like dropped or whatever, the new Pirates of the Caribbean DLC, a lot of the co-stars talked about Pirates of the Caribbean 6, and so you've got like the Colonel that was like the bad guy in the first one. His actor also went through some shit that's very similar, and he's like, yeah, no, Johnny Depp should be in this movie. If you're gonna finish off the series, make it like a finale. Unless you're doing a spin-off with like completely new characters, you need to have Johnny Depp back because you can't bring any of the characters back without Jack Sparrow. He is the series. He's what made it so successful. And then you also have fucking his side guy Gibbs or whatever his name was. It's funny because he came out and he was like, yeah, no, it's a hard situation to mention because he kind of felt like the series was going on too long and they're kind of milking it. But even then, because they're doing another movie, he feels like Jack Sparrow should be back. I don't know, it's crazy seeing all the people supporting him. I'm hoping they'll bring him back, but it doesn't look like Disney's gonna care. There was a petition that got like met all the signatures for it, and it's like, I don't know, it's whack. Dude, Johnny Depp's a great guy. I saw a clip of him recently where he was at like a conference or whatever, and somebody had given him like a little stuffed lion doll. They passed it to him, and then he looked at it and he's like, oh, it's cute. And they're like, you can have it. He's like, really? And they're like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool. And then at the end of it, he went to walk off stage and one of the security guards tried to grab it from him, and he smacked the security guard's hand away. It was funny. Dude, he's a cool dude, and it fucking sucks. We live in a society, guys. It's time to rebel. We gotta put on our masks and rob a small convenience store. No, jokes aside, it fucking sucks, dude. He's a cool guy. He was in, I remember one of the first things I saw him in wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean, but he was in a music video for a song that I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like one of the main characters, and it was cool.
That's cool.
Good song.
Mm-hmm.
He's also hot as fuck. I'm not even gay, but he's like, ooh, ooh. No, memes aside, wasn't he like given the title of world's? Or there's like a magazine.
I think so.
Johnny Depp. What was it? I'm seeing an article or something like that. Yo, yeah, sexiest man alive. That's what it was. Anyway, funny memes aside. Nah, I don't know. I brought that up because I keep seeing articles about like, should he be back in the new movie? They're saying that
I didn't even know they were making a new movie.
Yeah, they're making a sixth one. It's supposed to be like a side thing now. So it's like has to do with the younger cast or something. I don't know, dude. Basically, it's gonna be a Hard Knock Life, but without.
I see. But I
Oliver
guess
Twist. Pirates.
speaking of like undeserved, or not, I don't know, undeserved, completely deserved. Not really. Just dumb hate in general.
Yeah, dumb hate. Yeah.
The new Switch, in quotations, Pro. Yes, the Switch OLED has been announced, and people are mad.
Yup.
Why? Find out more at 10:42.
It is currently
Whatever.
10:41, so just give it a couple seconds.
Yep. Anyway,
We're gonna go quiet. Go on coffee break real quick.
turn up the music. Sit in silence.
Nice weather we're having.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool out. Kind of hot, but. something
Can
like
we
that.
have gone to the weatherman?
Do you have the do you have a script? Where's the script at? Fuck.
Uh,
They're gonna have it on the teleprompter, right? Yeah, they'll have it on that. They'll have it on that. I'll just...
I think we sold it because we were running out of money.
Yeah, we kind of sold it. We had to.
Oh,
We had to buy you that
fuck.
new
We're gonna
PC.
improvise?
We had to buy you that new PC
Okay.
for the.
Yeah, that way it makes it easier. We're live. So yeah, the Switch Pro.
Switch OLED.
Well, Switch OLED is what it's called. Is a new model for the Switch. Basically, it's got a bigger screen. That's all I know. What else?
It's like 0.6 inches bigger than.
It's a
the original.
7-inch.
Hell
It's
yeah,
a 7-inch screen. It's bigger, so
Trust me, bro,
more screen.
0.6 is a lot. Do you know what to do? Keep going, Kaden.
But more screen
We
to
didn't buy that
scratch.
teleprompter back.
More screen to scratch on the dock. Hope, but they didn't. So like people like Switch OLED.
People
Let's-
are
let's-
mad about the Switch OLED.
Yeah, let's go.
because
Let's go
of
over.
the fact
Let's
that-
go over the new things. Let's go over the new things.
Yeah.
We have an OLED screen, which is bigger. It's a 7-inch screen, which is a bigger screen than the Switch we have currently.
Enhanced audio.
Enhanced audio. The
Dude,
speakers are
enhanced
better.
audio.
You know the two little tiny speakers at the bottom of the Switch. Those are now better.
Yep.
Hell
yeah, they are.
The kickstand is now half the back of the Switch, so that's cool, and it's adjustable.
Entire Switch.
It's like the back of it, like half of it like now flips up, and that's the kickstand.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The internal storage on it is now 64 gigs, which is really nice for like a mobile like system, because you want to have
Yeah.
most of your games digitally or like physically, but most people like it digitally because it's easier, for, like travels. And the dock now has a LAN port.
Which removes the USB in the back.
Wait, why?
Space.
Because the LAN port takes it now.
No, but what is the USB? What did that used to do? Was
No.
that how you?
No, it's just another USB port. So now you only have 2 USB ports on the
Oh,
side.
there's only two. Okay, I forgot there's 2 on the left side.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that then.
Yeah. So there's one less in the back. You have 2 on the side. That's it. And it's in white.
Yeah,
And it's in white.
yeah. It has the new battery from the Redbox versions, though, right?
Not positive, but maybe, probably.
I'm pretty sure it does because
It's-
they
it's-
discontinued the original.
Yeah, then yeah, it has to be new
So, yeah, it
new
should-
battery.
it should be
So
the-
a longer battery.
yeah,
If you have
so
an old
it-
gen Switch, it has a better battery.
Yes, if you didn't
Yeah,
have the
it's-
Redbox Switch, it will be slightly better. If you
Yes.
have the original stuff.
Should you buy it? No. No.
I mean, if
If
you
you-
want a
if-
Switch,
if you
but
have, yeah, it's like it's $350 now. If you don't have a Switch, and you think about getting a Switch, just hold out until this fall. That's when it comes out, this fall. There is no reason, if you have a Switch currently, to get an upgraded Switch. Even if
unless you're trying to collect them, or
unless you're trying
fucking
to,
stuff.
like, even if you have an old gen Switch like I do, I'm not. It's not. Just don't upgrade.
Yeah. Especially if you play with your Switch docked most of the time, there's no performance upgrade really.
No, there's
Only
there's
upgrade
no
is the audio.
the
So
internal
there's no reason to.
the internals
Ethernet maybe, but like
the internal
don't need
you can just get an Ethernet adapter.
the cable. Yeah, exactly.
There is no internal upgrades. The things will still run at 30 FPS. There is nothing like it's not a better performance. So, and this is funny because
Not talking about the weather.
no,
Community. It's a lot of hate.
yes,
that.
because of the idea of it being the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
When leaks came out with the Switch Pro, because the only thing that was officially leaked, about the new Switch model, was the OLED screen. That was the only thing that was leaked, and people were like, "Oh, OLED screen means we're getting better internals. It's going to be 4K. It's going to be all this, and that. It's going to run at 60 FPS." No,
I was surprised. It wasn't.
it's just the OLED screen. And people who quote unquote leaked the Switch Pro, like, "Oh, the limitations are like the reason they're releasing this model first and not just saving it for the Pro is because they need the money now because they already spent all these money on parts, and like the other parts they can't get right away, so they're doing all this, and they're just gonna make up a bunch of made up reasons." This is the Switch Pro everyone's been like quote unquote leaking. This is the Switch Pro. They probably make a Switch Pro in the future that has better internals, but this was
They
the
could, or they might not. Because why would they?
yeah, no, this is the Switch that people have been calling the Pro, and that's been in leaks for a long time. This was like the new
You guys
Switch
remember
model.
You guys remember the Wii U Pro? And the Wii Pro, the GameCube Pro?
Mhm.
Remember the N64 Pro? Remember all those?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this
So yeah.
I find this hilarious.
No, it's funny.
It's hilarious. When I first listened out, it's like, oh, it's the Switch OLED. I can't wait to see what the Switch Pro leakers have to say about this.
Yeah, if you ever watched our streams and know our opinions about Switch Pro leakers, we don't want them to die, but like, they wouldn't change much if they didn't constantly post
Lit-
Switch Pro leaks.
Literally,
Um,
there was this one YouTuber I followed that they posted like a bunch of cool like clips of like games and whatnot that I liked watching and streams. But then one day they became a Switch Pro leaker, and every day they had a new video about like Switch Pro. This is when it's releasing. Should you save up for the Switch Pro? Every week for 3 months, and that's when I was like, I can't follow you anymore. You don't do what I watched you for like a while, so I had to unsubscribe because all they do is Switch Pro stuff now. And that was that was when like the first like talks of like the Switch Mini came out.
the
The handheld one, the Switch Lite.
Switch Lite, exactly.
That's when like rumors came out like, oh, they're making a new Switch. It's the Switch Lite, and that's when people started talking about the Switch Pro. And then the old
They thought the Switch Lite was the Pro.
no, because they knew they were making a mini version. Like, oh, they're making a handheld version. Then they're gonna make a TV only version.
And they're gonna do it.
And a TV only version, which is going to be the Pro. And then the OLED screen came out, and that was like, oh, that's the Pro.
Yep.
Not for the
And
Mini,
wasn't,
because it was
so.
too big for the Mini. Or like what's so-called the Mini, or like the light, like the size of the light. It's like, yeah, no, it's too big, so that's definitely for the Pro. That's how long this has been going on about Switch Pro leaking. And I just find it hilarious.
Yep.
It's so funny that you could. This is what everyone's been quote unquote leaking, and now everyone has to like, okay, now what? What do they do now?
Big hidden.
Yes.
Big hidden.
Yeah.
Switch Lite came out in 2019.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes.
2019.
Yep. I was still in school.
So yeah, people are mad 'cause it's not the Pro, or it's not. It is the Pro, but
people
they're like,
expect-
it's not what we were promised, and it's like
They were never promised anything.
you gotta feel bad for Nintendo because they're just like promised by who? And they're like the leakers. It's like yeah, and it's not Nintendo's problem.
It's like the same thing.
Nintendo
with,
never said that's what it was gonna be.
leakers have been like an issue for like the last have been a real issue in like the last year for getting people's hopes up. And then people's expectations are through the roof, and so like when they're hit with a lackluster like results, or like just like decent results, like think about it now, like oh, I switched to the better screen, that's cool. But like people talking about the Pro with better enhancements, better internals, gets people like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna be a good upgrade, so I better start saving up. And this is the new Switch model. Is just a better screen. It skews expectations.
People have been waiting to buy a Switch
and then
because of this.
this is also gonna skew businesses, business like results. Like, okay, the new Switch model didn't sell well. Well, why? And then they're gonna think.
Yep, it's the Fire Emblem Persona game type of situation.
Like,
Where because this isn't gonna sell well, they're gonna like, oh, people don't want a new system. They just want to buy the old one because they don't really care about the new stuff.
yeah,
So there's no point in producing
they're,
more.
They're
systems
okay
or
with
variant.
they're okay with the current one we have, because like obviously the people keep buying the old Switches instead of the new Switch. That's obviously what's going to happen. And that's going to skew business. Like, okay, so they're gonna have this new business idea. It's like, okay, we should start making like more custom edition Switches, and that's probably what it's going to lead to. If the
Yeah, like the 3DS with all the fucking like, here's the Pokemon Edition Switch, and here's the Monster Hunter Switch, and here's I think they kind of already started doing a little bit,
yeah,
where they have custom dogs and Switch versions. They'll get more like that, because like only collectors bought the new thing, so that means collectors want to buy stuff.
yeah,
So it's making more systems for them to collect.
yeah. So like collectors, like,
They'll make shit like
they'll
that.
get more money from collectors because they're collecting it, and that's why they'll sell. And that's how they'll sell too.
That's what they'll market it for.
That's a good business, like marketing too. Like collector editions is like advertise to the collector is a good way, because they know, then you know that people will buy it because it's a collector item. Other than just like, hey, we should make a new model. Not many people will buy the new model because it's like, maybe I don't need an upgrade right now, and like maybe you'll get some more like profit here and there, but it's not good to bank on the new model if you're not selling well. Like the Lite was a good new model because
Yeah,
like people,
because it had its own market.
yeah, it's its own market. Like people who don't have like, people who don't need the TV
Right.
setup, who just need like as mini, who just want to play Switch games and handheld, and it's just
Yeah.
it's like generally a cheaper alternative.
Give it to your child, babysit them for like a couple hours.
That's a good
While they
marketing.
play Final Fantasy X and cry. And shit like that. Like,
No, it's a
a
good
good
market, and that's
Yeah.
a good advertising. But Nintendo making the Switch OLED, who's that really marketing towards right now? Not really like the handheld community.
Honestly.
Not really the handheld community, because the handheld community has like the Lite, and maybe if you want to make your handheld, I guess.
all I know is that the 3DS had a similar type of thing where certain 3DS models had a different screen. So there were some collectors that would buy, like, I remember this one chick, she had like 8 or 9 different 3DSs just because she would buy one that didn't have the right screen, and so she'd buy another one to hope it had the right screen, and then she'd have to transfer it out and shit like that. That's like the only market people that really care about like the OLED screen, it looks better or whatever. People that only play in handheld, like why don't they do this for the Switch Lite? They could have changed the screen for that and made that better, unless it already is. I don't fucking know. But like,
So I can.
I don't know about you guys. I don't really undock my Switch ever at all. It's basically
I-
it's on top of my PS4.
The only time
like-
the only time I ever played my game in like handheld is if my like dock stops reading it. Like if like my
Yeah.
capture card messed up, like, oh, I don't like sense the dock anymore, turning my screen black, I had to play it in handheld because I can do that. The only time I do play it in handheld quite often because of like me when I took it to school. It's a good like setup on tabletop.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I used to take it to work all the time, and even then I had stopped taking it just because it was a little bulky. It got thick.
Yeah.
And it might not thick, but it got it was too big for me to fit in my pocket easily. Unless I took all the Joy-Cons off, and then I had my Joy-Con just lose my pocket. So
I barely play in handheld mode now, since I've been at home. Like I don't even like play. Like the cool thing is like, yeah, you play in handheld mode and then put in the dock, play on TV. I just rather play on my TV if I want to play on my TV, and if I play in handheld mode, it's mainly if I'm on a trip or something. And I barely play games on a trip now, because I just generally just listen to
Yeah.
music and kind of vibe. That's it. I don't play. I used to, like, growing up. I used to go on road trips a lot, and I used to play games all the time.
yeah.
That's why.
Same. I used to have a Game Boy. I'd fucking play Zelda on back in the day.
And then like
I would go anywhere.
I barely play handheld. So like the OLED screen being a bigger Switch with a like better screen, that's not gonna run better. It's probably gonna make it even run worse. Like, but have like worse frame rate because like the power, like powering it. I don't.
I have worse battery life. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything really. Like I've seen what it looks like. It's white. That's cool. But
If anything, anything, the only thing that probably sell, if they sell the docks separately, the dock's definitely going to sell because of the built-in LAN adapter. That's
Unless that doesn't work. If that doesn't work, then
yeah. Unless like the old probably like, what if they don't sell the dock separately? Then that's another problem. And it's like, what if it's not compatible with older Switches? Then that's another problem. This in my mind isn't going to sell well. This is not going to sell well.
they struck gold, and then they were like, "All right, cool. Let's see if we can find some shit down there we can just pocket money with."
But then people are gonna be like, why don't they
It's not-
listen to like? Then like people are like, why don't they listen to fans what they want? Because it costs money to like make a system, and then when they release like, imagine releasing a Switch with the internals of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. That's gonna cost way more money than one of those systems, because of like all the internals and have to make it handheld. That's gonna cost way more money, and like the whole thing about the Switch is like a good affordable console. The fact that like to get those better internals is gonna make it cost way more, cause them to probably lose money on making it, like the PS5.
Yeah, like the PS5 does.
The
Every
PS
fucking time they make. Every time Sony makes a console, PS4, or PS3, PS4, and PS5 all
lose money.
lost more money than they made, but they made money off of licensing for games.
Mhm.
That's
They-
how the market works.
That's
kind of
and
what they're
then
used to
people
now.
like, yeah, no, it literally costs more to make it, but the reason why they keep it the price because they don't want to go too much. They want to keep it at the same price because they know it's affordable. That's the same with the Switch. As soon as the Switch gets up to the 500 range, how many people are going to buy a Switch? Not many people. Because it's like, why would I buy a Switch? I mean, yeah, it's the handheld, but it's like, if it's, because like, even at that price, I feel like a $500 Switch probably wouldn't even compare to like the PS5 and Series X. It'd probably be more comparable to like an Xbox One and a PS4.
Yeah.
It'd be more comparable to last gen than new gen. And if you want to
And-
if you want to make it to new gen, it's going to cost way more than the new gen consoles. So like, why would I just get a new gen console?
And here's another issue with that type of thing. Like, if you made a Switch that was worth that you had to pay $500 for, think about the market. Think about what Nintendo's primary focus is when it comes to making a new system. It's geared toward younger audiences. Imagine being a kid trying to tell your parents, "Hey, I want $1,000 so I can buy a better version of the thing I already have, or just to buy this thing." You know how fucking hard that'll be, dude.
It's hard for like
It's-
a kid to get a
For a
PS like
kid,
to
yeah.
get like a PS4 or PS5 or like a PS4 and
Yeah.
Xbox One. That's like
Well,
more.
the thing is, PS4 and Xbox One, they're geared towards. Well, PS4,
They're
PS,
teenagers.
PlayStation's always been
You're like- you're
a
older.
family. PS4's the PlayStation's always been like a family
Oh, yeah.
system. And then Xbox went hard with the family system. It was like,
Entertainment.
hey, here's Netflix, here's what, like shit like that. Yeah, home entertainment system's what they would go for. But the fucking Wii, the GameCube, these things are made for kids. Generally, like people, obviously adults can get them, and they know that, so that's why they have M-rated games on it. But like, generally speaking, the Switch market is now, because Nintendo's been trying to go for the all audience, the everyone, everybody can get it, but always have a focus of kids are able to play it easily, understand it, and that's kind of how they've been for a long time. So yeah, it would be hard to sell a $500 system to fucking kids to get their parents to buy it.
Yeah, like Nintendo targeting towards kids. It's like that audience is like, what's a good way for like a kid to get into gaming if it's cheap and affordable?
Yeah.
That is like-
Also, what fucking kid's gonna care about whether or not his Switch
His
can run at
4K.
60 FPS?
The main-
We can play fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield. You know, like that's the thing. Is it's not that big of a fucking deal. to
You're not
young
trying to run like Cyberpunk on the Switch.
kids. Yeah.
You're just trying to
If
run.
you were, it would
Ooh.
probably be the best, honestly. And the reason I say that, hear me out. The reason I say it, the reason why people can't play Cyberpunk is because you need a fucking beefy PC. But the Switch has already shown that they'll do streamable games, like they did with was it
7?
Control? Was the game name? What 7? Resident Evil 7. Well, no, that's Japan only. But they did I think it was Control. It was like the game where you're a psychic or whatever.
Control.
They
then.
did that game stream only, and it ran like a streamed game as long as you had good internet. That's how they probably do it with Cyberpunk, which means they'd have it on BVS computers, so it could actually work and might be the best version of Cyberpunk 2077.
I hate that.
Unironically, that's not even, that's like the sad thing is it's actually kind of true.
Mhm.
So
But from
Yeah.
a marketing position, Nintendo has nothing they could do at this point because of expectations of fans and their marketing. Like how they're marketing things is like kind of like screwing them in the scenario. And like then people are just like, okay, why don't you break the marketing into two? You have one for like the kids and then one for like hardcore gamers, like with the beefy Switch and like the little Switch.
yeah, that's literally dividing your market.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to do.
Hmm.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why the fucking Lego sets won't up. Like why Lego won't update the old like Lego set, like fucking minifigures, because there's a half the community that wants it, half the community that doesn't want it, and if you do it, then that'll fucking alienate half of the community, as opposed to just not doing it, not changing it, and everyone's okay with it, and they'll still buy it. It's just half of them upset about it, but they'll still buy it.
Hmm.
If you want to cut off half of your market, it's kind of a scary thing to do because you get half your income, which means the cost for the full market might not have been worth it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
But yeah, no, this Switch OLED is going to put a big. It's gonna have a big negative effect.
Yep.
And this is coming from like a business standpoint and a marketing standpoint. It's gonna have a big negative effect because of like fans' expectations, how they're marketing it, and like I don't know. It's just not a very good. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, I get you. I get you.
It's just it's not listen like in the scenario we're in now. It's not gonna do well because of everyone's
Yeah.
expectation of a pro.
Because of leakers and because they've been told so many times on YouTube not to buy a Switch until the Switch Pro comes out.
Imagine
And
like
I
imagine
hear
you're a
Switch model
kid.
releases.
Imagine you're like a kid who is like who hasn't had like this is gonna be your first game console, and for 2 years you've been told like, hey, don't buy a Switch yet. There's gonna be a new model that's gonna be a lot better coming out soon. And it being
Yeah.
this.
And then people complaining online, people that told you to not buy a Switch yet until the Pro comes out, complaining about how this isn't as good as they thought it'd be.
Mhm.
So now you're like, well, shit, I shouldn't get it. I should get like an Xbox or something like that.
And
I
then-
have friends that have Xbox. I have friends that have PlayStation.
And then you also have the problem
Showing
with
that.
like and then like another thing is this is coming from another standpoint. Like scalpers are gonna be I don't know if they're gonna be a big issue on this one.
Oh, I mean,
I don't think this.
the thing about scalpers that make them so like dangerous when it comes to markets like this is a lot of them are old collectors. They know when to buy certain things.
This isn't
And-
this isn't going to be affected by scalpers, guaranteed.
I don't think it'll be affected as much.
Of course, you're gonna have
There
to,
will be some in the beginning, but then they'll realize that they're not worth as much as they thought they would be.
Nope.
And then they'll undo that. They'll control Z that shit.
Yeah.
They'll sell them for $300 online or $350 online,
because they're
just to
just.
see if like they can get rid of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
They might even sell them for cheaper. That honestly might help.
That, honestly,
They might
that'd be smart.
They might
buy
buy
for
them.
buy for 350, sell for 300. That'd be like the perfect
Because they-
strategy for like just.
Well, the thing is, you sell for 300 because you can't sell it for 350 again.
Mhm.
You can't sell a used console for 350 or an in-box new console for 350. Just some random stranger when somebody could walk up to Walmart and buy one for 350. They'd literally be like a net like loss. They'd have to like take the L on that one.
Mhm.
But yeah,
This-
or we could all be wrong. We don't know business, you know. We could be completely wrong. It might be the best-selling console in the fucking world or some stupid shit like that. Due to Nintendo
due to
hiring
like
their ninjas
due to like
to be scalpers.
yeah. Even then, I don't
Fucking-
think. Even then, I don't think like there's gonna be that much of a demand for the new OLED.
Yeah.
Because who cares about an OLED screen? Let's be honest.
Actually,
I'm-
Care about color.
actually, the OLED screen is really good. If you didn't know how to see,
yes,
the
but
thing is, with the OLED screen, it's a little bit bigger, right? That's like,
it's a bigger screen, and in my mind, it's more screen. It's more screen space to get scratches on. See,
you know, it's not bigger screen. My TV when I plug the OLED in. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll do how it does. That's just how it be, you know.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's whatever.
Let's go to
Not much you
our
can-
other anchor real quick. I'm curious, Jazz. You now have 2 Switches. What do you think about the OLED?
It seems like Jazz is on a
Oh,
nap
interesting,
break.
interesting. I think Jazz might be playing on one of her 2 Switches. So that might be what it is. So,
Jason, what are your opinions about this new OLED?
yeah, what are your opinions, Jason? Oh, you're gonna get the OLED?
If I do something with my first one, probably.
I see, I see. OLED, more like, oh, dead on launch. Let's go.
Honestly though, probably.
No, I don't know, man. It might do alright.
It
Like,
might.
people have had their Switches for how long? When did the Switch first come out? They might need to
17.
get a new one. At this point. They might need to get a new Switch, so if they might need to get a new Switch, they might do it.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if
They might
I
pick up-
don't know,
The OLED.
that's probably like the marketing right now. It's like people who need a new Switch.
Yeah. People that fucking dropped their Switch so many times, it's got cracks on it.
March 3rd, 2017 is when the Switch.
People whose
first launched.
Switches got thick from being on too long. Their battery expanded, they don't want to replace
Like
the
an
battery.
old Switch, like day one Switch.
Mm.
Maybe it's time to upgrade.
Yeah.
Even then, I don't even think that's like a necessary upgrade if you just get a red box. Like, I mean, yeah, it has the cool like.
But the thing is, a lot of people did get a red box when they needed to upgrade.
Dude, and
They did that already.
Nintendo did the cool thing. I was like, hey, if you have a Switch after like between these dates, we'll upgrade your Switch to a red box immediately.
Yeah.
I
I
was
think it was just had to cover shipping or some shit like that.
yeah, you said cover shipping. I was a month out from getting a red box.
Wait, but then I might have been able to get one.
You
'Cause
might.
I got mine a year after Jason got his.
I think
Yeah, I got mine the same time as Keenan.
you guys like are like basically the same day, like within like days
Yeah.
of each other. I think you might be able to. I think
I might have been able to. It's probably not a thing anymore.
yeah.
But
No, but no, when the red box came out, it's like, hey, if you have a Switch, if you got a Switch between this date and this date, we'll upgrade you like for free. Like with some caveats where you pay for shipping, but
yeah, it was just shipping. That's all I think it was.
I was like, I got mine in June. And it was like, yeah, if you're between like August and like, because it was like a weird. I don't know. And I just remember they upgraded it. I don't remember what the time frame was. I just remember I was close to it, but I was like, not like, oh yeah, no, it was like the next day. If you were like got a day later, it would have upgraded. It was like I think it was like a month or so, but it was like close. Anyway, unless they do something like that, where if you have an old Switch and they'll upgrade you for free, I don't see this console doing that well. Obviously, it'll have some sales. Obviously, there's people going to pick it up, but it's not going to be like the PS5 or the Series X where it's going to fly off the shelves immediately. And that's my opinion on it. It's not. The fact that leakers have been like hyping this up as the Pro has got this whole thing skewed.
Yeah, no, it kind of fucked with it. But you know, that's what they say, man. Society. That's how it is. You got people constantly having something up. It's not gonna be fun.
I bet this.
Cyberpunk 2077.
I bet this console's supposed to come out a lot sooner, but due to like the virus, everything had to slow down.
Yeah, COVID and
So like,
shit.
I bet it's supposed to come out earlier this year, and then it had to delay it till later this year because like parts weren't
On the
shipping.
script finally.
Oh, nice. Parts weren't shipping. A lot of factories closed, so I doubt like. I guarantee this console.
No.
I guarantee this console is supposed to come out a lot sooner than it did, and the fact that it's coming out a lot later than it should have got it really skewed as well.
Hey guys,
Mm-hmm.
here's the script.
You just said you weren't going to give me the script.
I did say that, but I changed my mind when I saw the script set on it. Da-da-da-da-da,
Anyway.
da-da.
That's been our opinions on the Switch OLED. We'll obviously talk about it more as like more comes out about it, but it's obviously not gonna. It's not. It's
Hey,
whatever.
Guys, post me the script and snap images.
Okay.
Isn't this kind of a? Isn't that kind of a? The fact that I had a script, isn't that kind of a? You know, what does the script say?
I can't tell because it's rotated too much.
Oh my god! If only you could like rotate your head.
read it.
I can't read upside down. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Pretty fucking sus, bro.
Anyway, the Switch OLED. If you have a Switch that's relatively recent, within like the last like 2 to 3 years, I would suggest not upgrading. But again,
Wow.
that is just a word from someone who doesn't know business.
Look at you deleting Nintendo stocks right here.
Dude, imagine. But honestly, no. If like, it's not worth it. It's genuinely not worth it. It's $350, which is a Switch. So for $50, you're getting a better kickstand, a better screen, more internal storage, and a LAN adapter on a dock, and better speakers. And it's in white. That's about it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this is like the best-selling console of all time. It's like it has some hidden feature where you can like stream games. I don't know. Who knows? But I don't think it's gonna do that well. Well, any closing remarks on this? Did you sneeze? He did sneeze.
Is it because it wasn't a girly sneeze that you couldn't tell if it sneezed?
Well,
Your
probably.
mic barely picked up the first one, and then you sneeze again, and I picked up like, that's a sneeze.
That's a message for our viewer. Apparently, that's what that sound means. Their message says,
What's
I
their
think the
DJ
OLED.
name?
What now?
Their response says they think that the OLED is a dumb, stupid doo-doo system. That's all.
Thank you, viewer. You are completely
Thank you,
correct.
viewer, for responding.
I mean, watch it be like the most gorgeous screen ever to like ever come out. It's the most beautiful screen. It has like the.
That's the thing. That's how the 3DS like models were. Some of them would have like a dull, like kind of dim screen. It was still bright, but it was partially dim.
Mhm.
It was saturated a little bit. And then the other one was like nice, crisp, clean screen.
Mhm.
Yeah. You know, I only know one thing that might save
The OLED.
the OLED. Yeah.
What might save
It's
it?
all white.
I mean, the OLED has one thing that like the Switch doesn't have. Family.